What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. I am your host, the 80s Transformers fan. And today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at McFarlane Toys Gold Label Collection, DC Multiverse, Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. And the day after Christmas, I was out hunting, not necessarily for toys, but anything they got on clearance, anything I can add to. And I found this guy for $9, and I wanted this guy so bad. I saw him in the store like one other time, and I figured he'd be hanging around near me. I don't know how they're stocked in other regions, but I saw this guy one time at Target months ago and never saw him again. Kind of regretted it because this is his main outfit. I just did a review on the Blackest Night Atrocitus Build-A-Figure wave, and this guy came in that wave, but he was wearing a different outfit. As a matter of fact, he's right here. He was wearing this outfit right here, and while he wore this in Blackest Night, this is not his traditional outfit, and I kind of wanted this more traditional look. And once I unboxed this and I loved it so much doing a review, I was like, man, I wish I had got that other version of Kyle, the gold label. And so right after I finished up this review, I find this guy, like, bam. So not only do I have a chance to do this guy, I could have squozed this into that review because I hadn't finished editing that video. I could have squozed this guy in, but I had another idea. I thought to myself, I have some Green Lanterns that I just have never reviewed, and I could just do a whole other lantern review and just squeeze everything in that one and make a long review. But here is DC Multiverse Green Lantern John Stewart that I have never reviewed. And not only that, we're going to keep going. Here's another figure I've had for like a year. Got this guy. I got both of these guys. Matter of fact, all these guys I got on clearance from Target. This is the DC Multiverse Bat Earth 32 and Green Lantern 2-pack from McFarlane Toys. So we are going to get all of these guys open and take a look. But first, I guess we got to go over the packaging. This is the standard window box packaging that comes with all these McFarlane figures. It's lackluster, but I say every time it gets the job done. You can see your figures fully within. The box is not so grand where you have to debate whether or not you want to keep it, even though there's like a photograph back here of something that's going on, or scenery back behind those guys. And this is part of the Dark Knight Metal collection. I guess that's where this guy comes from. I don't know much about that, but it's Hal Jordan. I know everything about Hal Jordan. You can see the constructs. Flipping it over, there's the battle between the two. On the back of the box, it shows the figures that came in this wave or were out at this time, or maybe just available. I actually reviewed these two, and I grabbed Fate, and I don't have these guys. So yeah, that is the packaging for this one. Here's John Stewart, and I don't know, I think John Stewart came out first, and Hal's costume is a remold of his. But here's John Stewart. He has the Gatling gun, the minigun construct, which looks fantastic. A really decent construct instead of just another sword. And flipping it over is some artwork for John Stewart. That looks very cool. Little backpack going on there. And again, some more figures. The cards of the figures that you can get, and I'm assuming they came in the same wave. And he is from DC's Rebirth. And the guy that kicked it off, Kyle Rayner, you can see him in the package. You can see the clearance label, and he comes with another sword. They love packing swords in as a construct for the Green Lantern. He comes with armor. Flipping it over, oh, some gorgeous artwork right there. He's smiling. He's flying through space. It is great. So let's get these guys open and take a look. All right, adjusting for space. Let's cut the tape on this guy. Okay, so here we have our Green Lanterns out of the box in a lineup, just so we can take a look. I'm going to start with Kyle because he's the inspiration for this review. So let's have a look at Kyle's file card. And unlike some of the other guys, his card is artwork and not a photograph of the toy. And the back of the card is his data file. And if you choose, you can pause and read this. On to the figure. I kind of left him in a static pose from where I pulled him out of the box because I like the complete unboxing thing. Here's his stand. And let's get this guy straightened out if we can. The sculpt of the body is great. But I see his face has the same problem as the other Kyle. His face is a different color than the neck. And I think, is this supposed to be 5 o'clock shadow on his face, like where a beard is slightly coming in? It's either very weird or very great, and I can't determine which one it is. I know the other figure doesn't quite have that. I think that's actually a beard growing in. He has his signature mask, some molded in detail on the mask. And the mask is supposed to be a construct, right? He has detailing in the construct of the mask. Whited out eyes. The 2 strands hanging down for his hair in the front. Good molded in here. I mean, it's the same figure as the one I previously reviewed in the same outfit, just a different paint job. But what is different is the white here and the gloves or gauntlets on his arms and hands. I'll compare these two shortly. There's his power ring. And I believe that is different than the ring on the other figure, or the other one is painted better. Better look at those gloves. Over here, padded elbow. And we're going to jump right down to his boots. The boots are different. More armored looking texture with knee pads. Then it's kind of off the scope, like the knee is over some. Like the cut. That's not really good. And like, yeah, I guess they're both that way, but it seems like it's more noticeable in this leg. So let's take a quick look at his articulation. His head can look up. I'm not getting a lot out of it. Look down a lot. Head 360s. Looks like the neck joint wants to move, or maybe it just snaps out to interchange them. I don't know. He has the little butterfly shoulder. And these butterfly hinges, I'm saying every time, are pretty much useless because you don't get any more across the body. Maybe some back, but nothing out of this guy. I mean, it's just there. It's useless. 360 at the bicep. His arms look good, by the way. Nice molded in, muscular underneath the fabric sculpt. Double hinge elbow. Get that much out of it, which is a lot. Wrist, full 360. Hinge in, hinge out. Coming to his abs. But I guess it does what it needs to do. Side to side. Coming to his waist. Pretty sure fully 360, but I don't want to stretch out the plastic right here. His legs. At the waist, front to back. Splits. A little bit, yeah. We get some rotation in there. Side to side. Coming to his knee, that broken up, bent up knee. And it's not going to be pretty when it's flexed out like this. Ugh, maybe they could have cut that better. Look at that. Coming down to his ankle, front and back. The ankles are the same on the other figure. 360. Side to side and the toe. Bam. Kyle comes with 2 constructs. The first of which is a katana-like blade. He has a molded in detailing on the grips of his sword. Right there. Just a translucent plastic. Nothing special going on with the blade. Does have like a slight edge to it molded. But we've gotten swords several times. There's a John Stewart that comes with the sword where they build the Winter King. And the previously reviewed other version of Kyle from the Build Atrocitus Blackest Nightwave comes with a sword as well. So we do not need another sword construct. But let's take it so we can get in his hand. He has one open gripping hand. And that's one thing. I would sacrifice a construct for interchangeable hands because, you know, you just don't want everything in his left hand while he just does the power of the Green Lantern with his hand. So he holds this sword just fine. Nice tight grip. Looks pretty darn good in his hand. Then we get some armor for this guy. It looks to be some type of samurai armor. I guess that's why he has the katana. And it has a lot of detail. And even though it's translucent, it has a lot of line work in it. On the armor, the layers to the armor. The Green Lantern logo right here looks good. Same thing on the shoulder. We got some spikes going on, which is cool. It's raised up pretty decently. Back of the armor, and I guess we just drape it over his head. I hope we don't have to pop off his head. Good, because I did not want to do that. So, okay, let's go back to the sword. Oh, that looks great, too. I mean, it looks like it's a glowing construct underneath my lights. Let's go back to the sword. The sword back in his hand. Bam. Now, Kyle Green Lantern outfit has always been noticeably different than the other Lanterns of Earth. And his constructs in his colors are a lighter green. And here's an example. Here's a construct for Hal Jordan, his rocket pack. And you see the greens are totally different. So I don't know how well these constructs will interchange. I guess the sword might work, but noticeably different. Here we have the two Kyles side by side. And they both come with two constructs. This one comes with the double-bladed sword and a lantern. And of course, he has the armor and the sword. But let's now for our lanterns, let's take a look at the head sculpts. Now the hair is the same. Only this one is much shinier. This is more of a matted plastic. But the hair is the same. And I believe the mask is the same. The expression on the face is different. We have a slightly smiling Kyle over here. And this guy's face looks like he's wearing the Joker's makeup. And this guy isn't much better, but it is better done over here. So I don't know if it's two completely different faces on these guys, or is it just the smile? Nope, to me the cut of the eyes look different. What do you guys think? But the outfit is exactly the same other than the paint. And this is the more standard outfit, the one I wanted the most. But now that I have this one, I like the solid green. So yeah, I'm in a dilemma here. I like the white gloves better. Even though these are more detailed, I just like the white gloves better. Just more Hal Jordanish to me. And here are the rings. And this ring is better over here. And I can't tell. It looks like it's just not painted completely on the sculpt right there. And then the pants are the same. Now, when we come down to the boots, we have different boots from the knee to the ankle. The foot, the bottom of the boot is actually, no, they are different. They have some molded in line work over here. So the entire boot is different, except for maybe the ankles. The ankles are the same. So, man, and then I was hoping to like one of these figures more and maybe keep the constructs and sell the other one. But I like both of these darn figures. Next up is John Stewart. And I think this is going to be my favorite because of the constructs. Let's take a look at his file card, data card. Green Lantern John Stewart, DC Rebirth. This is the back of the file card. And if you wish to, you can pause it and read it. Check it out. And our John Stewart, I'm happy this John Stewart has his hair. I'm glad it's not the bald-headed John Stewart. And he's wearing the construct already out of the packaging. Let's take this off so we can take a look. We'll come back to it. Man, oh, this guy's so stiff. Let's take a look at that face. He looks very serious. It is a nice looking face print on this guy. The eyes look good. Lips look good, not too dark, not too pink. They're just right. Man, I don't know if he's faded. He has the I don't even think this is a taper. I don't even know what to call this. They messed him up at the ear. Like, damn. It's like they went between like a fade and a taper. I don't know. On this guy. Then the hair doesn't really have much texture. If you get very, very close, you can see some texture to it. I would like to see some texture to the hair. But if you pull back, it's not too bad. You take a look at his Green Lantern outfit. He has some techie pattern sculpted into it. I guess he's wearing fabric. I guess this is not a construct. It almost looks like armor. Then this part right here is a charcoal gray against the black, and that's kind of like, And it comes down to the leg. This armored pattern comes all the way down. It's on the boots. And this is the same body as Hal Jordan, so I'm not going to go over Hal Jordan in too much detail. When we get to it, the back of the body, armor back here. This is a separate piece right there underneath there. I don't know why this was really necessary, but they did it. It looks great as far as molding and detail, but I don't know how much I like it on the Green Lantern. I like the Green Lantern logo on the chest. That looks good. Let's take a look at John's articulation. Oh man, I mean it's going nowhere up. Okay, I had to force this on. Up, down and round and round. Shoulders. Ooh, I mean, they popping. You don't get much tighter than that. Get them up this far. Take a look at this useless butterfly hinge right here. Not getting a lot out of that. 360. Bicep is tight. The sculpt is kind of hindering it from coming around, like this little armor piece right here. Elbow. Wrist. Hinge. Gripping hand. Lantern power ring hand. Abdominal articulation is as follows. And its waist articulation. Oh, this plastic does allow movement. While it looks broken up and looks weird, they should have just cut it and left this out. We could have went with this under here. Legs, not a lot from side to side. I don't know if his butt has anything to do with that because it's kind of hard. Front and back. And a little bit of hip swivel right there. The knee bend. Knees are better than Kyle's. Ankle 3/6. Front, back, side to side. Toe articulation. Bam. All right, I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it because he's still sitting here. He comes with a stand, same stand. All right, now we have the armor, and I'm assuming this is a two-piece armor. It is a construct created by his lantern. He has the Green Lantern logo on both shoulders, which is very nice. Some molding detail on the back. This is very nice. Put it back on him, and I guess we take the backpack, and I'm not sure if this is a rocket pack. I'm not sure what this does. This is ammo for the minigun or what, but it's a clear, translucent plastic. It's kind of hard. I want to break it a step on it. And I guess this plugs in and completes the whole backpack thing. I guess this is supposed to be one thing going on here. It looks very good. I like it. I like it a lot. Then we have the minigun. Oh, I wish this little thing rotated. A lot of molded in detailing on this thing. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Just hope he can grip it with two hands without the struggle. All right, let's get it in his hand. I'm very fearful because the hands on these guys are hard as stone. If I can get it in. Oh, it feels so uncomfortable. There it is. He's holding it. I don't know how well. His finger on the trigger. I don't know. There we go. I think we got his finger on the trigger right there. Now to get the second hand on it, we need a second miracle real quick. This should be easier because it's a rounder, smoother grip on the... Come on, there we go. Ah, that wasn't easy. Didn't want to break it, but here he is. Can he stand up? Because all the McFarlane figures, oh, and I said he stood right up. I was just going to say all McFarlane figures have a hard time standing while they're holding a weapon or something in front of them, but he just did it immediately. So let's get it. It's awesome that he can hold it with both hands. Here he is real quick for a comparison next to the Crime Syndicate John Stewart. Two different bodies. Two completely different sculpts, two different skin tones. This guy has the bald head and he's wearing the mask. Sort of like the vintage Hal Jordan, and no construct at all. No. Okay, so I wanted to have some fun and throw this minigun from G.I. Joe in his hands, and then I forgot McFarlane didn't throw in interchangeable gripping hands with this guy. No construct, no interchangeable gripping hands. So that really sucked. I'm going to do Hal Jordan next because he shares bodies with John Stewart. Here's his file card. It is a photograph of the toy. Green Lantern Hal Jordan, DC Rebirth. So both guys are from Rebirth. Here is the reverse of the card. You can pause it and read it and catch up on Hal. All right, let's take a look at our figures. Obviously, stand included. Straighten this guy's body out. Same body. So let's take a look at his head immediately and his face. He's wearing a more traditional Green Lantern mask that we're used to seeing on Hal. Man, and he has like a big head, man. Head's pretty big. I don't know if it's just the hair, but it just seems large, especially compared to his body. What's weird is this guy's left leg is like kicking out, and it's like the left leg is longer. Let me see. So yeah, so his body, all right, this feels different. Maybe if that'll help. But nope, if you can see it, and I'm not just making this up, the left leg appears to be longer, or maybe it's not assembled as well, but like he's leaning that way. Let's get John out here. Let's see. Nope. You see it? It is different. What's up with that? So maybe the machine that assembled these figures just didn't push it in all the way. I don't know. Could be this much. And let's check out his ring. Exact same. He has two gripping hands, which is very good because this one can act as a fist and still be a gripping hand. And the ring is just painted at the tip. It doesn't go all the way around. This Green Lantern logo right here. And then this part down here is green plastic to give him the more traditional look. I believe it's supposed to swoop down between his legs or whatever. I don't know if they updated that for 52. But here he is. Since we don't have to go over articulation because it's the same figure and all of that, let's get straight to the constructs. Here is this rocket pack, which is kind of redundant because these guys fly. You know, they create an energy field and fly in outer space and all of that. And it just seems like they could just mentally boost the speed. But here is the rocket pack. And it's a cool construct. Don't get me wrong. There's a molded in Green Lantern symbol right there. Molded in flames coming out. And the peg that goes in his back. And the port for the peg that goes in his back, we just plug it in right there. Boom. And now he can fly. Which is cool. I am not complaining. I'm just, you know, these guys just fly anyway. You know what I mean? That's like Superman becoming a Green Lantern and he makes a rocket pack construct. It just would be weird, you know? And here it is. Like, I thought this was just like a flaming fist, but this is like a flaming boxing glove. You can see the thumb right there. The gripping like of the glove right here. The circle, same thing at the bottom. So this is not just a flaming fist. It's a flaming boxing glove fist. And if just in case you didn't know who knocked your ass out, there's a Green Lantern logo right there. Bam! Let's see if we can slide it in. I mean, this thing is very cool. We need a left and a right so they can straight up box. Let's get it on. I don't know. Am I supposed to unplug the hand? Maybe, because I see like a little tab in there. So let's try it like this. I don't know if this is correct because I don't even think it's reaching the tab. Well, there we go. Maybe so. But here it is. Now it looks a little bit stubby. Yeah, this is very cool. I mean, we have to some point get a left and a right, and it kind of wraps around the arm a little bit. Man, I'm loving that. After the minigun, this is my second favorite construct out of all the Green Lantern figures so far. So before I move on to Batman, I just want to say, as I go along with my videos, I do like little photo shoots. I take pictures when I got an opportunity as I transition. And then I noticed that this arm was a lot weaker than John Stewart's arm. Both of them, actually. Like, it's not bad, but it's just not holding up under the weight if you move it around a little bit. Obviously, it can stay, but I'm concerned with it. And then when I went to take it off, the arm, I pulled off this glove and it was stuck in here. I've glued this on here now so it won't happen again while I was doing photos. But it was stuck down in here. I had to get a coat hanger to dig it out. So you might want to be careful of that if you don't have this figure already and you're not just enjoying this review for the sake of watching the review. Our last entry in this review from the Green Lantern Corps is Batman from Earth 32. This is his file card. There's a photograph of the figure. He's from the Dark Knight Metal series. I don't know much about it. I know it's really popular, but I don't know. But I don't care for it. But anyway, this is the back of his card. You can pause and read it and get caught up if you don't know about this guy. He's from a universe where I guess he didn't have Alfred, and then he kind of turned to the dark side a little bit. But somehow he was able to acquire a Green Lantern ring and be Batman Green Lantern. So here's our figure. And I was never attracted to this guy. The sculpt is very awesome. You can see that through the package of the box. And I didn't buy this set when I saw it in stores and then it kind of disappeared on me. And then one day I saw it on Target.com for 16 bucks. And I bought enough figures to get free shipping. They had a whole bunch of DC McFarlane figures on clearance. And so I got the set. Not wanting this guy at all. But the sculpt is very interesting. Let's check it out. Let's start with the face. It's a snarling, sneering Batman. Has on these goggles. I don't know. This is weird. He has a slender body, kind of Joker-esque. just a lot of things going on. It looks cool, but when I tell you, like, whatever this is, it isn't for me. But it looks fantastic. But if I didn't get it on clearance, I never would have got this guy. I know he was released in a single pack too. I'm not sure exactly what the costume differences were in the single pack or whatever, but he never loses the Bat logo. He's not gonna just roll with a Green Lantern logo. He has the Bat and the Lantern combined. It would have been nice if they hit the ring with the same metallic green that goes around his shoulders and chest area, and they have that same green on his boots to make it stand out more, because it looks real bland against his fingers not being painted. So let's take a look at our guy's articulation now. See how far he can look up. His head's coming back down, and I don't want to force it. I do like the ears on his cowl. I do like those. So I really can't get him to look up that much. He can look down. Not sure if it's the hoses or it's just new and tight. Try it one more time. So he can look up a little bit, but it's coming back down on his own. And we're not going to get a full 360 because of these hoses, but he can look side to side. And coming to his shoulders, we can get him up this high, even with the armor, this armor, whatever it is, hindering him a little bit. We're getting 360 these shoulders. I got to kick out to the side to accommodate this little bit of armor. It has a little metallic paint job to it on top of the plastic that I didn't note before. So we got the bicep swivel right there. Elbow bend, brand new super tight figure. And because of the sculpt of the bicep, we don't get a whole lot out of it, but I guess it's enough. Coming down to his wrist, 360, hinging up and down. He has one open gripping hand, one closed hand with the lantern ring on it right there. The gauntlets right here are the same metallic. I'm assuming this is paint over the green plastic. Same metallic green, and then there's some flat green everywhere. At his midsection, he can rock back and forth a great deal. Down this far and back this far, and because it's sculpted up here, it doesn't look so bad broken up when he leans back. His waist is very tight in there, but I guess we can go full 360. I felt it give out. Full 360 out of that. Kicking to the front, kicking to the back. Splits. Not much of a thigh swivel. Coming to his knee, and these are done way better than Kyle's. They're hidden well. See how they break up. Come this far back. Ankle, same ball joint on these feet as all these guys, front, back, and side to side. Toe articulation, bam, boom. Struggle with it. Okay. And I don't know, I guess this is still right here. I didn't mention he comes with a display stand. And he has one construct, and it is very cool, but it's very specific to a Batman Green Lantern. It is several bats. I guess he goes on his hand, and he's making the constructs come out of the ring. But very highly detailed, very, very cool. And again, but the one thing that takes away from it is very Batman specific. I don't know what this is jutting out of this one or whatever. Well, we got 3 bats constructs coming out, and it's like an octopus bat. You see that? Yeah, I really need to read up on this thing. I don't know what's going on. Is he aquatic? Is he half Aquaman or something? I don't know. Man, what's going on with that? And it's got the chains on it. So let's see if I can get it on his hand. I'm assuming it wraps around like he's projecting this thing. Okay, so yeah, I got it wrapped around his arm. So I guess I don't know if he's supposed to be making this and it's attacking or whatever. And it looks very cool, but again, it's just so specific. You can't use it with anybody but a Bat Green Lantern. Alright, the last thing I need to get to is the base. And before I get them on here, we're going to take a look. One side has the octopus tentacle, and the other side has the missile. I guess Hal Jordan is firing a missile at his octopus tentacle, or maybe he has a cracking construct or whatever. I don't know. And then it's wrapped in a chain. So I wonder if Hal's making a chain to restrict it and trying to blow it up, or is the chain part of Batman's construct? I don't know. And is this water or smoke or whatever? And this is fire or a smoke billow? I don't know, but it still looks cool. It's weird, but it's cool. Let's get them on, take a look. All right, here are our lanterns on the display stand, and they're holding their position very well. The pegs fit very snugly into the bottom of their feet. And in the box and in my hand, the display stand, or action base, whatever you want to call it, seems very big, and it is big until you put these 7-inch scale figures on it, and then it seemed like there's not enough room because I kind of got them going at each other. But it looks great. All right, let's give our Batman Earth 32 the size up and rundown. Here he is next to Batrocidus, a Red Lantern. Here he is next to Blackest Night Batman, Black Lantern. And last but not least, here he is next to a standard Batman. And he's clearly the most slender of the guys. I wonder what happened with his build. What, he didn't work out in this universe? All right, let's put this baby to bed. First up was Gold Label Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. Really liked the figure. I liked it initially. That's why I grabbed it, and I was happy to find it for $9.99. Love the samurai armor, and I'm kind of getting tired of sword constructs, but I guess it goes with the samurai armor. Wish he had the helmet. In the comic books, he had a helmet going on with it too, but very cool figure. My second favorite out of the bunch. Next up is my favorite figure out of the bunch. It is John Stewart. Love his construct. Love the minigun, the backpack, and the little construct armor over his shoulders. Love the suit. It was a little bit heavy on the techie side, but I still loved it. Loved the Lantern logo on the chest. Loved the build. I think it was perfect for him. Then next up is Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan shares the same exact body, but the arms were loose and one of the legs was a little wonky. Then his head was kind of huge. But he has some cool constructs. He has the giant boxing glove and he has the rocket pack, which was cool. But unfortunately, he is my fourth favorite, and it's weird because he shares the same body with my first favorite figure. I just think he needs an updated figure down the line. I really like Hal Jordan. And my third favorite figure and the fourth figure reviewed in this one is the Earth 32 Batman Green Lantern. I just think it's one hell of a mold. I don't know anything about the guy other than the back of the file card. The construct was very cool. Unfortunately, it's very specific to him being a Batman Green Lantern. Really can't use it with anybody else. It really wouldn't make sense. But the sculpt and the detail on the figure was just amazing, which puts him slightly ahead of Hal to me. If it wasn't for Hal defects in the arm joints and in that leg, I would have had Hal at number 3. But that's all I got for you. I want to thank everybody for watching this episode of George Reviews. These are the reviews where every toy has a story.